Brandon Nixon is a passionate snake lover who has been breeding boa constrictors for almost 7 years.
People often fear what they don't understand, and people often assume that snakes or other reptiles are generally heartless type creatures, and that's not necessarily true. I breed boa constrictors because they are and always will be my favorite animal. Boas, they always fascinated me because of the colors and patterns that are found in their natural appearance. I keep them for a number of reasons. First and foremost, I enjoy interacting with them and I find them just gorgeous to look at. How I care for my animals is a little different than a normal pet person would because I end up actually breeding them. The boas I keep are more than pets to me. While I do love and enjoy just the look, feel, and interacting with these animals, a lot of the ones that I have are actually very rare traits as far as both color and pattern. So I do keep and breed them as a source of income as well as a personal hobby.
Some people may find this hobby odd, yet Brandon developed fantastic ways to take great care of his beloved snakes.
Another misconception that people have is that you have to feed your snakes live prey. Me personally, my first pet was a rat. Love rats. Cute animals. I do not want to see a rat suffer the death that would be caused by a snake. There are chances when feeding a snake that the rat could in fact fight back or bite, scratch, injure, or sometimes even kill the snake that's trying to eat it. The main alternatives that most keepers of boa constrictors do is they buy frozen rats, and they usually buy them in bulk.
Besides feeding, caging is a very important factor in keeping the snakes healthy.
So there are two different types of caging that you can use. One would be the glass aquariums, which everyone is used to and familiar with. Usually people keep fish in those. And then there's professional cages. And I call these professional cages because they are built for and used by other people that keep and breed reptiles. There's other types of caging available, which would include like rack systems. The rack systems that they make for snakes are usually built in a means that will offer and take advantage of less square footage. So you could keep, say, 10 animals in a place where you would normally just be able to keep like one glass aquarium because they stack up. These cages are usually built out of a very easy to clean plastic, and they usually have plexiglass or sometimes glass doors that'll either drop down or slide. Sanitation is a big factor. I keep my animals on corrugated cardboard paper, and that serves a number of reasons. With the corrugated paper, it helps keep things a lot cleaner, and it also reduces the chances of the bedding of, like, say, aspen or bark getting caught in the animal either in their mouth or in their vent, which could then lead to infections and then prevent them from being able to breed.
Other people do this mainly for the money. In Brandon's case, he really loves spending time with his reptiles.
I breed these animals because I enjoy it. I think there's nothing more exciting than taking animals that you've raised up for 2, 3, 4 or more years and then put them together in hopes of creating a life. You're creating a combination. So once the babies are born, the first thing to do is to make sure that the female has completed giving birth, and then you would remove the female from the cage before dealing with the babies. And most keepers will have a tub and soak the female to remove any birth smell that she might have on her because they are typically aggressive after having their babies. But once you get the female out of the cage, you are then able to pull the babies out. When you produce the litter, usually it's important within the first 2 weeks to sex the animal so that way you know what you're offering your customers. There are many different methods for that. One of those is called palpation, which is basically feeling for the sex organ. And that's usually done by placing your thumb at the vent of the animal and then applying a minimal amount of pressure and then letting your thumb slide down. If it's a male, you'll feel what everyone pretty much calls speed bumps, which would be their hemipenes. Whenever I produce babies, I personally sell to other people that are collecting and or also breeding boas. We have the ability to breed animals that have produced different color and pattern variances. So you can do selective breeding to create new colors and new patterns that typically wouldn't be found in the wild. With snakes, one of the main benefits I find for them as being pets is that they actually require a minimal amount of interaction. So if you're someone that's busy but you want an animal to actually spend time with, a reptile, more specifically a snake, would be a perfect choice.